Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special session. This is what I'm kind of sort of calling DLC sessions, is the best way for me to describe them. This is a DLC session of Mass Effect Collision green version. It's almost like the Pokemon games now. And as you can see, I am here with the players, veteran players, for the first time together since we ended Mass Effect Collision like 2 years ago. Has it been 2 or 3 years? Two
I
or three
think
years.
three. I think.
Yeah,
Something along those lines.
2 to 3 is ish.
Yeah. Sitting down again with them, at least the characters who ended up with green. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's a lot of spoilers if you haven't watched Mass Effect Collision Season 1 or even played through all of the Mass Effect games. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, highly recommend that you check out the Mass Effect Collision tabletop campaign. I'll put a link. But if you are here and you want to know what exactly has been going on with these characters since the end of the campaign, this is sort of what we're trying to do. It's a little bit of an experiment because there's a gap between Mass Effect Collision, which is Season 1, and Mass Effect Revolution, which is Season 2, which is happening right now. And all of the stuff that's happening in Mass Effect Revolution is purely in red, but I thought it would be cool to find out what the characters in the other colored galaxies, greens in particular for today, we wanted to see what's been going on with them over the course of 10 years. And that's what this session is checking out, taking a sneak peek at little snapshots of what these characters have been up to during this time period, and we're just gonna go with it. The idea sort of got spawned by several of my players during my Dragon Age Season 2 characters, or Season 2 players, because they asked if we could do like a reunion session or two, like a one-shot adventure session. And I was like, that'd be really cool. We should do that. And then I thought, hey, I should start doing that with Mass Effect because we're not necessarily going to be checking on green for a while. So if this is successful, we might do more DLC sessions in the future. We'll see. But enough of me talking. Let's reintroduce all of the players and their characters once again. So,
I volunteer Alex because he never goes first.
Alex, thank you for being voluntold.
Nice.
You're welcome, I guess. Okay, so Darren was from the Purple Universe. Should I summarize what that means, or basically it's the universe in which Shepard lost and the Reapers took over.
And are soon going to come and kill everyone else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fine. So a group of survivors hung out in a vault for a few years until they managed to make their way to the other universes. Darren was the pilot of the group, quite charismatic. He was also the tank, so took a lot of shots and things of that nature. By the end of the campaign, his focus was mostly just on his sister and his family and trying to sort of establish himself in this new green universe where everyone is like half robot or something. He's not the smartest chap. Kind of just goes with the flow, rushes in a bit.
Hey guys, my name's Dylan. My character's name was Sink, which was his code name. His real name was Alabon Finston. He was a human doctor character. He was sort of like half and half between biotics and technician. He had some bit of an emotional roller coaster of a story, I guess is the best way to put it. He originally started out in blue and it ended up in green with his wife and kids. And when the story ended, I think he started on I guess, sort of a sad note. He had a dark past, but then by the end of things, I think he was happy and ended up getting just about everything he was looking for.
So hi, I'm Spells. I'm from Maryland, and I played the character Rain. Rain was a pretty young and fairly naive Asari that had been really informed about the universe via war, and and there was a lot of trial and tribulation and relatively poor life choices that she somehow survived. and now she, by the end of the campaign, she was attempting to re-establish a family and a place of belonging for herself, and sort of finally dealing with all of the ramifications of her actions and the things that she had just been trying to outrun for the majority of the campaign.
Hello, I'm Matt. I'm from Australia, and I was playing Elia Solon Ashru, although his name has changed a bit since the start of Season 1. Known as Elias, he's Aquarian, lounge singer, business mogul, I guess. I consider him the information pack rat of the group. And he turned down an offer to stay in red and went back to green. And last we saw him was actually, I believe, in the Dragon Age 2 crossover, where we found out that he was engaged. But yeah, at the end of campaign 1, he was mostly got most of what he wanted, which was his universe to be safe and got to go home. But he lost his best friend, who was a official intelligence, kind of like an AI, but not quite, which tied into a couple of other players' stories. So yeah, bit of sacrifice there.
Cool. Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited to see these characters again and watching them interact, especially since some of you haven't been able to interact with each other for an extended period of time, since you guys are actually in 3 different squads, actually, which I think is really neat. So we're going to actually begin before the crossover. So we're still within the first year, because the crossover actually happens a year after Mass Effect. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll become relevant if you ever get to that point. So
if you watch several hundred hours of YouTube on Hawk's channel, it'll become relevant to you.
Yes.
If you don't know what he's talking about, how did you end up here?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's that. There's definitely that.
So we're going to start with the first year. So I'm going to start with Rain.
Okay.
Before I start your scene, Rain, I'm just curious, because I know there's been rumors, and I know that we sort of on and off again joked about a lot of things, and it's hard for me to determine what jokes are serious and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was temporarily short-lived, and maybe this is more of a question with you and Alex, did Drain ever become a thing, even if it was short-lived?
I think if it did, a lot of it would be in Darren's court, because especially for the first year, she was a workaholic until Elias told her to stop, and then she eventually, I imagine it was probably a good 6 months where she was just a workaholic, and then she ended up going and seeing professional help because she needs it. So if there was any sort of dating, it's not something that she would have been seeking out herself. And if she would just assume that Darren would have, she knew about his relationship with Tibbs, and she didn't know how those two ended their terms on, and she assumed that he might seek out other people. So she's not necessarily thinking about herself in that regard. So it'd be mostly in Darren's court, I think.
I think if she hadn't immediately disappeared into her work so deeply, maybe. But I imagine they pretty quickly went their separate ways almost. Whilst they stayed in contact, it wouldn't be the same.
Got it. Cool. Good to know. So, Rain, as you said, you went to go seek some professional help, which is probably a very responsible thing to do. And you have started seeing this therapist by the name of Dr. Lithia Damis. If that name doesn't sound familiar yet, it will soon. And those of you who are watching this video might have already heard that name or seen that name in something else. But she is a Turian,
Okay.
relatively dark-skinned Turian. And one of the more distinguishing features of this Turian is that she is wearing these really amazing-looking emerald green, as in the lenses are emerald green glasses. It's sort of become a new fashion trend that there's this jeweler that was able to perfect a way to actually slice certain crystalline or gems so thinly that he was able to make lenses out of them and apply them into glasses. And so this particular Turian happens to be wearing whatever the Turian equivalent of an emerald gem would be in Turian space. And I would like to think that she seems to be very easy to talk to, fairly competent in her job, and hopefully she's been someone that you've been enjoying, or at least feel like whatever you're seeking from her, it's working to some degree. So you arrive at the office for your appointment, and then the receptionist will tell you that Dr. Damas is ready to see you now. And when you enter into a room, Dr. Damas will give you a warm smile, and she will say, "Rain, dear, good to see you."
It's good to see you too, again, Doctor.
Please, have a seat. Can I get you something to drink?
Water is fine, thanks. And Rain will
course.
take a seat.
So, Rain, why don't we continue from where we last left off? I guess I should start by asking, how have you been sleeping? How have you been doing physically?
Just as an out-of-character question, how long roughly has this been going on?
You said that you started seeing her after the first 6 months.
Yep.
And so maybe it's been about a month or two. Maybe
Okay.
so. Maybe you speak with her. At least initially, you would probably see her on a bi-monthly, twice a month basis.
Gotcha.
So maybe this is your third or fourth session, I would say.
All right. Well, still having nightmares. And physically, I believe I'm fine. I mean, there's no injuries or anything, but haven't had the best sleep. And I still haven't been out to any sort of shooting range in a while either.
She writes some notes, and she says, I'm assuming that you go to the shooting ranges out of character to relieve stress. Is that what you?
Yeah,
are
and
referring?
she hasn't
Okay.
gone to one after since she's been here.
Okay.
Yep.
And is that by your choice, mostly?
By Rain's choice, yeah.
As in Rain's choice. Okay. So she'll ask, why is that? Just out of curiosity.
I've held a gun for a very, very long time, and I thought it might be a good idea to step away from it for a little while.
I know that you had mentioned before that in the past, going to the shooting range has helped clear your mind, allowed you to relieve stress, allow you to escape. I think you're correct in assuming that at this moment the best thing might be to walk away from such activities. Is there anything else that you think you might be able to use as an outlet or as an avenue to relieve stress? Maybe something you would be possibly interested or passionate about?
I mean, I love to sing, but that has its own problems. I've been thinking about maybe picking up an instrument or maybe getting back into playing some sports. I don't know.
She thinks, I think those are excellent ideas. I think that finding a hobby in physical activity certainly is an excellent way of relieving stress, getting your head into the game, so to speak. Musical instruments allows you to expand upon your creativity, stretches your mind. Again, a way for you to decompress from a long days of work, which I understand you've been extremely, extremely busy as of late. I think either of those would be excellent ideas.
I'm partial to the musical instrument personally.
Why don't you start with that then? Any particular instrument you were thinking of?
I mean, the instrument I'm most familiar with has been my voice for a really long time, but maybe I could ask some of my friends what sort of instrument they think I could try and pick up, because I'm open to just about anything at this point. I don't really have a strong preference.
How are things coming along with you and your parents?
Well, having an actual dad is very interesting, and I'm very thankful for that. And, you know, things between me and Mom were a little, we didn't really, after the first couple days, we really didn't know how to act around each other, because we've been apart for so long, but I think we're getting there.
Have they been supportive to you?
Yes.
Have you allowed them to be supportive to you, or have you tried to carry your burdens yourself and not worry them about it?
She kind of looks a bit guilty. I might be a bit difficult at times, but I have a lot of good people looking after me, even though I don't always think that I want them looking after me, if that makes sense.
I see. I understand. Baggage is a very touchy thing. And some people have nicer looking packages or suitcases or baggages more than others, but that doesn't mean that their weights are any less of a load.
I can agree with that.
Well, as much as you can, again, I totally understand that it's been very challenging to completely open up to them. So by all means, if you cannot open up completely with your parents yet, I hope you're able to feel comfortable enough to open up to me as much as possible. But I would like to believe that over time they would appreciate some opportunity to get under those layers eventually.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Rain. Here you are right now. I'm just trying to get an understanding of what exactly you're trying to get out of me, or what you're trying to get out of these sessions that we're having. In a perfect world, where would you like to see yourself in 5 years' time, if we were to continue this for that long?
Specifically from this, I mean, here's a couple of things. I mean, if anything, to be able to get more sleep, because Elia says I need it, and Darren agrees, and Sync won't stop telling me that I need more sleep, so everyone tells me to get more sleep. Being able to actually get a good night's sleep would be a first good thing, and there's this level of uncertainty that I feel all the time. Like, I can't trust anybody standing directly behind me. I don't like people standing directly behind me anymore. Which is a new feeling for me, and I've told a bit to my mom, and she's expressed to me that I wasn't wrong to trust people. The fault was placed in the person that abused that trust. But I would like to get to a point where I believe that and can actually trust some of the people that have earned it. Yeah.
Is there anyone in your life right now that you can say you trust implicitly, or not really?
Trust with everything?
Yes.
I don't know.
Who would you say would be the closest? Who of your friends or family would you say would be the closest?
Probably Darren, simply because I would feel a lot less guilty talking to him about it, and he's the one that understands most of it. Elias is having his own issues he's dealing with his company. Sink has a family. My mom and dad are, reconciling. So I think that would be my safe choice if I had to choose one person.
All right. I'll tell you what, Rain. So, here you are 5 years from now. Let's not complicate things by worrying about how you're going to get from here to here. Let's break it down into very manageable, tiny pieces. So let's break it down to, instead of from year 1 to year 5, let's break it down to from this point in time to a month from now. Okay. And we'll talk about what is the first step. I think, based on what you've been telling me, that your main goal is to A, distress yourself so that you're able to find more restful sleep, and B, find ways that you are able to learn how to trust people again. So certainly look into starting up some sort of instrumental pursuits. And secondly, I would like you to reach out to your Darren friend before the end of next month.
Okay, I can manage that.
Go out to lunch, go out to dinner, as what friends, just catching up. Sometimes reconnecting with old friends can work wonders, especially if they are ones who have shared and have shared experiences that would understand what you're going through.
Okay. Yeah. All
right. She will continue on with the rest of your session, but that'll be like the main
cool.
bits of it. So we're gonna say, meanwhile, Darren, you are asked to babysit Lucas because it's been a while since your sister and Sink have been able to go out. So they are going to they're gonna have like a date night. I don't know what Sink is planning on doing. But we're gonna say you arrive at their house.
So what have I been told that I'm not allowed to do?
That you're not allowed to do. So ahead of time, you can take him out of the house, but he can't drive the ship. You can't drive your ship. You can't drive anything, no matter what he says. He'll probably tell you that he's watched so many videos on the extranet on how to do X and Y, but he's not allowed to actually do them yet because he's too young.
It's not a check, Percy would know Darren by now.
Yes.
He can't be trusted on his own.
Well, more to the point, have they told Drimmy that he's not allowed to drive the ship?
Maybe not.
Because Sync, unless you told Drimmy that he can't drive the ship, they might be able to talk their way around
Yeah,
Drimmy.
Sync. He probably more than likely would have told Jimmy to, hey, like, don't let Lucas fly the ship.
Yeah. Aw.
Is it don't let Lucas fly the ship or don't let Lucas like wink fly the ship?
I feel like being Sync, he would have said it in a way that easily could have been worked around.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Well, you didn't say it. You didn't say fly the ship during the day or night. You just said, if, like, only on weekends or weekdays, that sort of thing. It easily could make a loophole to get around.
Okay. You're gonna knock the door or ring the doorbell or whatever, Darren, and you'll hear someone rushing down the stairs. And then after somebody rushes down the stairs, the door swings open, and Lucas yells out, "Uncle Darren!"
There you go.
And he runs over to you and he gives you a big hug.
Darren will hug him back, like pick him up slightly.
Oh, he says, thanks for watching me. I don't really like any of the other babysitters watching me.
Well,
They're not as much fun."
that's weird. Make you do stuff like go to bed.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big kid. I'm basically a man now.
Yeah, we find the ship in his time.
Sync, you'll probably show up right afterwards.
Okay, yeah, I'll walk into the foyer area from the other room and see Lucas playing with Darren, and I'll just kind of give Darren that look, like, we talked about this, like, no ship.
Darren looks very innocent. He would never do anything that you would disapprove of. For sure. He's a very responsible uncle.
And Sync's like, he pulls out of his pocket the keys to the ship. I think it's probably better if I take these this time compared to last time you came over to babysit, just for safekeeping.
Whatever pleasure, babe.
And please make yourself at home. We should be back in a few hours, and if you should need anything, don't be afraid to send us a message.
Yeah, I mean, not like Tracy would let me forget. Got all the numbers, I've got the local doctor's number, I've got... I'm good. I know this. I mean, like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
Hey, look up. Don't worry.
Okay. Trissy, you ready to head out, I guess?
Yes, I'm ready. She comes in, she's like putting on her earrings. Right now she's wearing a very beautiful, like, it's a nice sea green print dress with a matching pair of pumps and relatively long hanging sea green earrings. She's got her hair down and she's looking really great, really good. Hey Darren, and she gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Darren definitely would have wolf whistled when she came in. Yeah.
Okay, would you have?
Yeah, Darren would do that, yes.
Thanks, she says.
Hey, you look good. Scrub up well.
Thanks, you do too, she says, giving you a slight punch in the shoulder.
Dan like looks down at himself. He's like entirely casually dressed. Thanks.
Have you been doing, Darren? How are things working over at... You're still working with Elias, right?
For now, yeah.
How's that working? How's that working out for you?
Honestly, I think I'm going crazy. Start counting the tiles. Yes, all day. It's like, what? Can't they do have robots for that?
Not enough exciting things are happening? Working?
I mean, like, nothing has happened. Literally, I've just sat there for like a year.
Well, hopefully, maybe he can, I don't know, move you up to something a little more interesting.
Damn sharks. That mainly keeps me close. That's the important thing.
Well, don't let him bother. Don't let him boss you around. I mean, he
Hey.
might be smarter than most of us, but
You're trying to talk yourself out of a babysitter here.
No. We've been planning this night for quite some time. We could use the help.
yeah. Where exactly are we going tonight?
I told you it'll be a surprise. Just trust me on this one.
All right. All right. Well, hopefully I'm not overly dressed. You told me to dress nicely.
No, and you definitely look beautiful, stunning, perfect.
Thanks. And as for you, she says, looking at Lucas, "Hi, Mom." Looking very innocent. Yeah, I know. Don't give me that face. I know that face. Now remember, bedtime is at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock? Oh, but I was hoping on watching the, I was hoping on watching the Blasto movie tonight. It doesn't end until 11. I'll let you handle this, she says as she turns to sink, as she makes her way to the girls' room, or to the bathroom.
It is the weekend. It should be fine if he goes to bed by 11.
Okay.
All right. 11, then, Darren.
And I'll whisper over to Beatrice. He probably won't make it through the whole movie anyway.
Darren sort of gives an look like, yes, I know that.
All right. Shall we then? Darren, you know the number. Call immediately if something happens.
Mm-hmm. I won't forget.
And call me immediately when you think you have a great, amazing idea, because that great, amazing idea is probably a stupid idea.
I mean, all of my ideas are amazing, so I'll just be calling you constantly. I really wouldn't mind. I think you should just focus on having fun.
No flying, please.
No flying.
I wouldn't dream of it.
All right. Shall we?
Yes, I think we shall. And
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
see you later,
Do
Lucas.
anything I wouldn't do.
Lucas will shut the door behind them. All right. So when are we gonna fly?
You know, you probably shouldn't be shouting that when they're just outside the door.
He says, "It's okay. They know I'm just joking." He winks.
I'll give them a thumbs up. Like, yes, you finally figured this out. The wink. Well,
We should go somewhere. Get some pizza for dinner. Maybe a pizza in the next system over?
I do know this one place that does really good pizza. But we should probably give them a chance to get out the driveway.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I've been practicing everything you taught me last time.
Mm-hmm. Now you've been doing that.
I'm ready. I'm really ready, Uncle. I really am.
I guess we'll see, won't we?
So they're gonna leave. Where do you actually take Trissy? Or Beatrice?
Yeah, so I think we made reservations to like this nice like outdoor sort of dinner overlooking some nice scenery somewhere in the Citadel. It would have been somewhere that he would have gone a lot in his previous marriage. He's not trying to bring back old memories but start new ones, kind of thing. It's somewhere that has a lot of value to Sync, but I don't think he's taken this Beatrice there before.
Yeah. She is going to be very impressed by it, and it's going to be a very lovely, lovely dinner, at least. I shouldn't be nervous. We shouldn't be nervous, right? Everything's gonna be fine. I mean, Darren hasn't killed our son yet.
I'm just as worried as you are, but I took the keys this time. I mean, I don't think they can turn the ship on, at least. We could probably go inside it, but I don't think they can fly it this time.
I know he's so excited. She's talking about Lucas. He's so excited about getting his very first legit flight lesson. He wants to be just like you, which is great. I just want to make sure he lives to be just like you.
Yeah, same here. I think he'll, once he's finally actually old enough to get behind the wheel, I think he'll be a damn good pilot. But he's just so eager, which I guess isn't a bad thing. But I guess he doesn't realize how dangerous flying can really be.
He's been watching a lot of movies, so of course they glorify it, and I mean, it is kind of fun, I'm sure. So, anything in particular you want to talk about?
What do you think of this galaxy? We've been here almost a year now, and I know technically the three of us, Lucas, me, Lucas, and yourself, not really. We fit in, but we're not like everyone else here.
Yeah. Well, first of all, mine and Lucas's eyes don't really glow like yours, so that kind of makes things a little weird. And people ask us questions about it all the time, and we've sort of been able to pass it on as just, oh, it's muted on us or whatever. This whole synthesis thing, which even to this day I don't even fully understand, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, it still takes some getting used to, but it's way better than it was before where we were at, so I don't think beggars can be choosers,
I agree. Sting says he'll take a sip of a glass of wine and he'll ask Beatrice, so do you think we made the right choice in where we decided to stay?
I think so. I mean, this is where our family is. Hope that Darren is really okay with it. He seems to be miserable at his job right now, just bored.
Yeah, I'll talk to Elias whenever I see him again and see if maybe we can put him somewhere where he can at least enjoy what he's doing.
Part of me just feels like, I don't know, he should go out more, meet someone. I mean, it's been almost a year since everything with Tibbs happened. I don't know, I just feel like he's losing that spark in him. He's just not the Darren that I used to know. I don't know, do you think we should fix him up with somebody, or is that just gonna be a totally horrible idea?
No, I think we can at least try it. I mean, if I could find someone, then I think Darren definitely could find someone too.
Yeah, I hope so. I didn't tell him this, but I worry about him sometimes. I don't want him to regret his decision to come here. Lucas loves him to death. I mean, sometimes I feel like Lucas likes Darren more than he likes the two of us.
Yeah, sometimes I get that vibe too, but I guess that's what uncles are for, right?
I guess. So, I've been looking at some articles, and I'm no doctor, but I know that you and I talked about this a few times, but there was this article that I was looking at, and it seems like they're sort of advancing some new, how should I put this? Some new fertility advances. I don't know if these are things you want to pursue, but...
No, he kind of pauses for a second, kind of taking it, what she said in. I definitely would like to read those articles and maybe look into this. I love Lucas to death, but technically he's not either of our own. He is, but he isn't.
Yeah, I know. He's not biologically, but he kind of is biologically, just not by us biologically. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It would be nice to have a child of our own. I guess, if that makes sense. Not that I don't love Lucas already. It's just I don't know.
We just want someone who actually likes us more than his uncle.
Yeah, exactly.
It might not work, just to warn you. And I don't want to, set ourselves up for disappointment, but I think it's worth trying.
We've come a long way. I think the least we can do is just try.
Okay. Well, she picks up her wine glass. Here's to our future.
To our future. Wherever it'll take us.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, what did you end up doing with Lucas this evening, Darren?
Okay, so first question, would it be reasonable to say that Darren has his own ship? Because I feel like that would be...
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
So now it becomes a question of, does he want to take Lucas in his ship, or does he just want to hotwire things? Which is, I think he'll take his, because he doesn't want to piss things off too badly if they get caught.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll get Lucas off planet and into an area where it's perfectly safe, and then let him take over for a bit.
All right. So you'll get onto the ship, and has Lucas has probably been on your ship before.
Yeah, I mean he's probably flown my ship before. Realistically,
he's gonna get seated almost immediately, and he's gonna start flipping all the switches. He's gonna be checking all of the lights and all of the gauges, and he's looking around, and he says, "Uncle Darren, I think you need to refill your fluids here." He says, he's pointing at one of the gauges.
That's fine.
Because there's a little light indicator. It's one of those indicators that, it's okay if it shows up. How you're getting your car and the air pressure indicator shows up. And you're like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
Nothing. Are you sure?
Yeah. Comes on all the time. It's fine.
Okay. So where's this pizza place you were talking about?
Well, first I'm going to get us off the planet, and then you can take over. But, well, we've got, is that enough of that?
Okay. All right. I'm ready. You think we'll be back before 10, like Mom said?
We'll have to drive real fast, but...
Oh, I'm sure we can drive real fast.
Yeah. Okay, move out of the way. And then we'll sort of move them out the seat, and then actually take off. As a character, we wouldn't actually have to drive really fast to get there and back, but I'm just telling him that because
Okay. Will you actually let Lucas drive a little bit?
Yeah.
Once you're
just in the space where there's nothing about, but yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty clear. Lucas will take get behind the wheel, and the kid, he actually does a pretty good job. And I'm gonna say it'll be at this moment that you may get a call from Rain? ?
Sure, if that's where you want me to intercede. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you'll get a call from Rain.
Darren will answer pretty quick. Hey, what's up?
Hey Darren. I'm just driving back home. I went to another session. I was wondering, because I've been thinking about picking up an instrument to sort of practice with, sort of take my mind off of things. I was wondering if you had any suggestions, or if you wanted to come with me to pick one out, and we can use that opportunity to maybe catch up. Because I've been pretty knee-deep into work for the majority of the time that we've been here.
Yeah, I get that. You sleeping better?
Off and on. Some nights are good, others not so much. I try to get sleep. I promise I do. But, not always the easiest thing to do.
No, I get that.
And you know, it's one of those things where you wake up super early and you're like, well, I have to be up in 3 hours anyway, may as well stay awake.
I have never had that experience.
Oh.
Can't relate. But yeah, no, if you want to go pick a Richmond or whatever, I can go with you.
Do you have any thoughts on any in particular? I mean, if we're talking showy, a piano or a guitar of some kind is sort of the go-to, but a piano isn't really super mobile.
Well, I was going to say drums because it's always fun to hit stuff, but not really practical for singing. That sort of things for a moment. Yeah, I mean, like, guitar's always a classic. Or you get one of them weird-ass alien ones.
I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't looked a whole lot into musical instruments because I was more focused on practicing singing. So I'm honestly willing to try anything, even drums. We can just give a music shop a run through or something.
Yeah, you can just tune up. You can sort of like play around with a few things, see what feels right.
Yeah. When's the next day that you're free?
Well, I'll have to check my schedule. It's very busy, but
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I mean, Elias always has you off somewhere. Don't know what you're doing, but
not as glamorous as you think. Mostly just guarding factory.
Oh, okay.
How about you pick a time that's good for you, since you are actually busy, and I'll just
Okay. Yeah, I can forward you a date and a time. Probably as soon as I get home and actually get some food. Hark, I have an out-of-character question.
Sure.
Does Rain hear a ship going? Or does she hear Lucas?
Oh yeah, of course you hear a ship going. And Lucas is probably, like, giggling in the background.
So, I hate to ask, but are you babysitting right now?
Yeah. Just being a little man.
Is that Aunt Rain?
You know it is.
Ooh, Lucas says.
Alright, so the less questions I ask, the more I don't have to lie. I will not rat you out, but I'm not covering for you this time.
I mean, I'm just looking after the kid. I don't know what.
Uh-huh. I am very aware of Trissy's complaints because I hear them never ending on occasion.
Aunt Rain, when are you coming to visit?
What? I do miss Lucas. What are you feeding him?
Chicken nuggets mostly.
No, I mean, where are you going? I'm assuming you're going somewhere, unless you're just flying around in orbit for.
Oh, we're getting pizza.
Oh, pizza. Okay. I will call Trissy and ask if she doesn't mind if I come over and bring some, like, sodas or something to go with the takeout that you guys are getting, because I think that might set their mind at ease a little bit.
Good to have a responsible adult, I suppose.
Okay. What time will you guys be back?
Darren will say an appropriate time, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Alright, I will bring dessert of some kind.
Nice. Okay, see you in a bit.
Alright, see ya. And we're gonna walking up. And I will call Trissy and ask if it is
okay
that I come over.
Alright, so we'll play that out. We're gonna say that they're finishing up dinner. They probably just got the check, and then Trissy will get a call. Oh, it's Rain. Hello?
Hey, Trissy, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, not at all. Al and I were just finishing up dinner. We just got the check. Is something wrong? Everything all right?
No, I was just on the phone with Darren because I wanted to ask him his opinion about something, and he's apparently ordering.
You wanted his opinion on something? Okay, so that's where you messed up number one.
Yeah, I understand. But during the conversation, I heard Lucas asked about me, and he was apparently ordering takeout. So I was wondering if I could head on over and bring some dessert for said takeout.
Sure, why not? We probably won't get there until probably 11 or midnight, I think. Al?
Yeah.
What time? Yeah, we probably won't get there until pretty late, so as long as Darren's okay with it, I have no problem with it.
Okay. It's your house. I wanted to call and ask for sure.
I just told Darren to make sure that he's in bed by 11.
Okay. Alright, thanks. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay. Sink says hi, by the way.
Oh, hi, Sink. Let him know, I guess, that I am trying to get more sleep. He doesn't have to keep asking.
Oh. Alright. Well, I hope that works out for you then.
Alright, thanks.
We might see you, I guess, later then.
Do you want me to have some stuff stowed in the freezer for you guys?
Well, you know what we like, right?
Yeah.
Peanut butter and chocolate?
Yeah, I can get some peanut butter and chocolate ice cream if you like.
Sounds perfect.
Alright, I will do that.
When she puts her phone away, she looks at Al and says, "Just looking out for you, babe."
Appreciate it. What was the call for?
Rain wanted to ask if she could drop by and bring dessert and hang out with Lucas and Darren for a bit.
I think it's been a while since Lucas saw her. I think it'll be good for him.
Yeah. Maybe Rain might be able to babysit a few times so Darren doesn't always have to.
It's true. I haven't thought of that. I know she's been having trouble staying asleep and whatnot. Maybe that could help her on top of her doctor visits.
Why has she been having trouble falling asleep?
She's going through a rough time. I just think maybe with everything that happened, she's been scarred. Not in the body, but more in the mind.
Oh, I understand that. Part of me also was considering, talking to someone too, I guess. PTSD kind of things.
Right, yeah. I definitely would recommend it if you feel like you need it. We can definitely set you up to go meet, I think the one... I'm sorry, out of character, was it Dr. Danis? Or...
Yeah, Dr. Damis.
Dr. Danis is his name. He's pretty good. Maybe we can go and see him.
I'll ask Rain about her contact information.
Yeah, we can talk to her when we get back home.
Just so that we have Elias doing something. So in parallel to all of these events, Elias, just as an FYI.
Yep.
You have just... I'm making this canon now. You have just met Gimmick. And had the exact...
Fuck.
Yes, you just met Gimmick.
Bloody hell. Okay, so Gimmick's exists in green, does he?
Gimmick's a thing in green. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And we're gonna say that everything that happened during Astra's interview actually happened at this moment. So we're just gonna insert that exact conversation here.
Okay.
And again, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a link to Astra's interview so you can see that entire thing play out. But, so the last thing that happened, if you remembered, Matt, is...
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Gimmick said that he would really love to dance.
He wanted to dance, yes.
And you said something along the lines of...
it was more a case of I think I had something just for him.
Yes. So, continue from that.
Oh dear. I think I'm going Android shopping.
Interesting. So, is it going to be like Edie Android-like? Like, is it
Yeah.
going to be...
Yes, it is. Well, he's
Okay.
clearly from Earth,
Right.
with Earth culture, so I guess
Something human-looking.
he's getting a humanoid, android.
Male, female, androgynous.
I'm probably going to plump for androgynous because I actually don't know if Gimmick has a gender identity. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think at the moment it does either.
I don't think it
So-
does. So they're getting an androgynous one, and if they want to specify beyond that, they can.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get some sort of image, but I'm sure that you of all people, Elias, can easily
3D print one? Yeah.
yeah 3D print one, whatever. But you'll find something that I think you'll be happy with, and I'm gonna say that Gimmick is still on maybe your wherever you stowed his code.
He
I don't know
was
if
well. He was originally on an isolated terminal, but I think I picked
Right.
up that terminal, so that's coming with me.
That's coming with you. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're probably the person who helped supply it for you would be... Is it Niha? Niha's your
Neha,
supplier?
well, she's the CEO, so
Yeah.
or COO,
sure-
I suppose I should say.
I think Niha will assist you on this, because we haven't seen Niha in green for a while. So we'll say that she'll meet you, and she will say, Elias, good to see you. Mwah, mwah.
Hello, Neha. Mwah. I have a new project. It's very exciting. Say hello to Gimmick.
She was going to say, new project, what else is new? Oh, hello. And are you just showing her a terminal?
Well, yeah, but the icon will be there, so I
Okay.
guess she'll see him. Gimmick's on.
Hello.
Can respond.
Oh, hello there. I'm Gimmick. I apologize, Astra, if I'm
Great.
botching Gimmick. Oh, hello there. I'm Gimmick, and I'm very, very glad to meet you. You look like someone who's in some sort of a hood. Are you one of the lizard people that Elias was talking about? Lizard people. What have you been telling this AI?
Let's just say that he's missed out on about 800 years of history.
You'll have to fill me in, and I'm sure we can
Yeah. Oh, school project apparently. From like old pre-mass relay Earth. It's kind of fun. He wants to dance. I'm building him a body.
She's using her Omni tool. Oh, from 2018 specifically. During
right?
the Trump administration. Oh, you poor thing. Sorry.
So that just got meta.
Sorry. Gimmick isn't really sure how to respond to that, but he says, yeah, I'm not really sure what you mean about that necessarily, but Elias said that he had an idea on how to help me dance. Ah, yes, so I see. That's why you asked me to get you, to show you some of the new Android bodies we've have in line.
Yes, and that's also why I specifically said not the real dolls. Thank you.
Ah, yes. Now it is clear. Well, right this way. Alice, we have a few models here. If dancing is what you are looking for, I would recommend this particular model. It seems to have the most maneuverability and flexibility. Although, not as much reach, but plenty of flexibility.
Yes, well, as long as we don't set them loose on any Turians, I'm sure it will be fine.
She will nod, and she'll say, "So, where exactly did you find this gimmick again?
Scooped him up in actually scooped him up in the Red universe.
It amazes me all of the random tech you seem to run into throughout your life. You're like a magnet for weird technologies and devices.
I just downloaded everything that was on the server.
Well,
Haven't really had time to go through it until now.
let's see if we can successfully upload this unit into this android body.
On it.
You'll do the necessary connections, Niha will assist, and fast forward about 30 minutes or so, you will actually see the android blink its eyes, it'll like stretch, like you can hear some of the joints, you know, crack a little bit because it's getting used to its maneuverability, and it's looking around the room and says, "Oh, wow, I actually have a body. This feels very different. I think I like it though."
Now, about that dancing.
Oh yes. And he starts doing some moves. Well, no, he doesn't actually start the robot. I think he's channeling Saturday Night Fever, like disco. Like just going full on John Travolta on you at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a interesting first choice if you're going to do a first dance. Not necessarily my first choice, but
Please tell me we're getting this on video.
yes, we can document this. And I think the android is gonna go from that over to, we'll say, the Macarena, and then the robot, and then he does the thing where like the mimes start pulling the rope. Like across the room, which I don't know is actually a dance move, but I see people randomly doing it.
I've seen people in clubs.
Sure, the sprinkler. Like, add any random like early 2000s, yeah, like early 2000s dance move in there, and it's doing it right now.
Wow.
This is definitely very dated.
I feel like we should teach it the Shepherd Shuffle.
Oh no, that would be cruel and unusual. Yes, do it.
So I teach Gimmick the Shepherd Shuffle. Large like showing him footage. Then footage is like, now, would you like to try that out on a real live audience? I say audience, I mean nightclub.
Audience? You mean like perform? Like on a stage with people?
Well, that was mostly a metaphor. I meant just go out to a nightclub and see what people are actually doing now and see how you go there.
Oh, well, yes. I think that would be fun. Would that be fun? Yes, I think it would be fun.
Right. Let me just put out some messages. I'm gonna message everybody. And send them a clip of the video and say, hey, found a new AI, taking it clubbing, who wants in?
Okay, so Sink and Darren and Rain, you're getting a message from Elias now, maybe on social media or something. Maybe he posted it on his Facebook or whatever.
Well, it's a direct message. I'm not posting it publicly for everybody.
That's fine. He's not doing it publicly.
I'm also making sure Doc gets a copy, because otherwise he'll kill me.
Alright, you're all gonna get a copy of this video from Elias right now this evening. This is just before Rain arrives with dessert. And Corbin is actually going to text you back and say, what in the world did you get yourself into now?
The message he gets back is, I don't know. I'm going to find out. So, you coming?
Sure, why not, he says. How does the rest of you three react to this video?
I think I sent Elias a text saying, would it be responsible to bring a child to clubbing?
Only if we let him drink.
Dan's going to weigh that up.
I think Steve's going to text back and be like, so this is the project that I've been helping you work on? Question mark.
No, this is a random data dump from the Dextasy factory in Red. I was bored. ...
Right. I'll take a rain check, I think, this time. We've got to make sure that Darren isn't, is taking good care of our kid, Lucas.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Have fun?
I'll try. See you tomorrow.
Rain will text that she's dropping off dessert for Lucas and Darren, and she might stay for a little. I was like, dropping off dessert for Lucas and Darren. I also picked up Zink and Trissy something. I might be by if you guys are still at it after they get home and tuck their son in.
I'm sending a message back. Trying to teach it some moves and actually put it in clothing first, so might be a bit.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean teach it some moves?
You've seen these ones, right?
Yes. Is that like something that it wants to do, or is that just something you suggested? I'm not
Nope,
sure.
That's aside from the shepherd shuffle, that was all its idea.
By the goddess. Okay.
Hey, by the way, never asked, did you go through that whole maiden dancer thing?
No. She says, like, no, ... I was busy doing other stuff. Though...
Maybe you should learn some too.
Noted. I will probably drag Darren there once Sink and Trissy have come home.
Yeah, Darren totally didn't say anything about taking a kid clubbing and irresponsibility.
Hark, what time is it at this point?
I'm gonna say it's nearing 10 o'clock. Nearing.
Well, if that is his choice, I need to warn him that Trissy and Sink are going to be back in an hour, and an hour clubbing is not actually clubbing.
Agreed. Yeah, I think Sink's they're heading home. Sink didn't really want to go clubbing because he wants to make sure that Darren's not leading his son astray more than usual.
No comment.
None expected. Wink.
Yeah. And then,
okay.
And then Rain will bring the stuff inside, and she will tell Darren and Lucas, parents are gonna be back in about an hour, so you have an hour to drink and be merry.
Yeah. So by that point, Darren and Lucas are back from the pizza place, and they're eating pizza and watching the Blasto movie that Lucas really wanted to watch. And I guess Lucas will get down from the table and walk up to you to give you a hug. Auntie Rain!
Hey, Lucas, and she'll hug him back, carrying the small amount of things that she bought. I hope your uncle hasn't led you into any trouble.
Oh yeah, Uncle Darren's the best.
So I've been told. So I have a few different sodas. I got the regular kind that you and him seem to enjoy, and then I got a few novelty flavors because I thought, why not?
Yes.
Oh boy.
So
I like it. I like it because Uncle Darren likes it.
You shouldn't just like it because I do, kid.
But I want to be like you, Uncle Darren.
Well, sure, but you can still like your own things. I like lots of things you probably shouldn't.
Like what?
Like not listening to your mum.
I listen to my mom.
See?
I don't always do everything she says, but I listen to her.
I think that's a normal part of being a kid.
True.
So, what are you watching? And Rain will come over and see what's going on in this Blasto movie. I don't actually think she sat down and properly watched a Blasto movie.
Yeah, the CGI, their special effects are kind of you know, they're a little. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's sort of by this point probably become a cult classic, you know.
Gotcha.
But apparently the kids love it, so.
So do you like watching movies, or is this just your favorite one?
It's my favorite one. Talia and we sometimes watch it together.
Oh, that's nice. I know, I remember that Talia really liked the Blasto movies. I mean, your Uncle Darren only likes one movie.
Probably lots of movies.
Fleet and Flotilla?
Yeah, that's the only one he likes, and don't let him lie to you otherwise.
Just because that's my favorite movie, because it's the best movie ever made, and just if I'm awards than I got, doesn't mean I don't like other movies.
I'm trying to like it. I just keep falling asleep.
Yeah, you might have more appreciation for it whenever you're older, but
This is the best part, like every time.
maybe you should try him on those old Disney movies. I think he would enjoy a good chunk of those.
I suppose. I've been working a few of some of them, but
Well, I have plenty of movies. So.
I'm just waiting for him to be old enough to appreciate Twilight.
Lucas is going to look through the desserts. What did you get? What did you get?
Well, I got vanilla because who doesn't like vanilla, and I also got chocolate and peanut butter ice cream, and I got some cheesecake.
Oh boy, cheesecake!
And I will say that Rain just picked randomly from the assortment of cheesecakes
Right.
that there were, and got like a strawberry and cream cheesecake of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take some cheesecake and I'll take some of the chocolate and peanut butter before Dad eats it all.
Probably good. And so Rain will start serving up dessert to people.
Okay. At around like 10-ish. Well, you arrive around just before 10. So Lucas is gonna eat up dessert. It'll be nearing 11 o'clock, and Lucas is a little bit on the sugar high. Not quite ready to go to bed yet. Come 10:50.
Okay, Darren, put some Fleet and Flotilla.
Okay, you put in Fleet and Flotilla, and just like that, within, I would say, 10 minutes, he's out.
Yeah. Rain will put him to bed, so that way he's not just asleep on the couch. You'll carry him upstairs and put him to bed.
He'll go to bed, and it'll be 11 o'clock by the time you come back, which means that Sink and Trissy will probably return shortly. But I don't know if you guys are going to talk about anything specific before they arrive.
I mean, Fleet and Flotilla's on now, so...
Darren's just into it.
Darren's like, no talkie, no talkie, no talkie, movie on.
He's reciting it word for word in time with it. It's the thing.
Rain's just gonna have some vanilla ice cream and wait for Trissy and Sink to come back.
To save her from the movie.
Yeah. She's not commenting. She's kind of just looking at that screen with a blank stare of I could be doing literally anything else right now.
And this is why it never would work out between them.
I mean, it's just a movie.
Uh,
She enjoys the fact that Darren enjoys it.
the fact you could call it just a movie, that's why it wouldn't work.